All around the northern tip of Australia, tangled rivers snake inland from the coast. These rivers are flushed and nourished by powerful tides, so there's food year-round. They're a perfect home for one of the world's largest predators, the saltwater crocodile. Fights between males are violent. They're all about territory. Male crocs are strung along the rivers, each jealously guarding his patch of food and females. The largest boss croc controls the prime river real estate that may stretch for hundreds of meters. Up to 5 meters long, his size and brute force means a rival bid is immediately crushed. Crocs dominate these salty tidal rivers thanks to a special gland on their tongue, which helps draw out excess salt from their bodies. It not only allows them to tolerate salty water downriver, this gland is also their passport to the ocean, and they can swim hundreds of kilometres out to sea. Right now, this male croc is on a mission. He's heading out to Crab Island to join a handful of salties already there. These crocs are an advance party. They know the island's secret. Knowledge that's changed their rules of engagement. Instead of spreading out to warm up, these normally territorial animals choose to do it side by side. Almost anywhere else, they'd be into a fight. Something about this island is making them hold their fire. And very soon, they'll be joined by other crocs in the know. Crab Island is on the brink of a monumental showdown. But it won't kick off until the turtles arrive. Out in the Arafura Sea, a female flatback turtle has been roaming the ocean around northern Australia. But now, she must breed. Once the female's mated, she needs to find a beach to lay her eggs. And she's inevitably drawn towards the Crab Island arena. With her arrival, the peaceful nature of the island begins to unravel. The shoreline is a dangerous place. She's the first of many flatbacks that must run the gauntlet. Lemon sharks are lethal in the shallows. But once she's made it up the beach, she should be safe. She digs a deep chamber with her powerful flippers. Then lays about 50 eggs before returning to the sea. Flatbacks are large, robust turtles with a vicious bite. She seems fearless, even when faced with a gang of crocs. And amazingly, they let her pass. But many flatbacks turn up battle-scarred. This female has survived a recent shark attack. Others bear old wounds. And some die from their injuries. That's when the opportunists move in. Even saltwater crocodiles aren't above scavenging a free meal. But lemon sharks are never far away. Blood in the water draws them closer. There's also a challenge from another croc. Once food's involved, it seems, the truce between salties is over. The dominant male deals with the rival croc first. His explosive head slap is a warning to back off. With the carcass unguarded, a shark moves in. Even though lemon sharks are expert hunters in the shallows, the turtle's just out of range. The dominant croc gets cut off by the sharks. And that's when the challenger sneaks in. The dominant croc realizes he's losing his meal. But the imposing size of the challenger makes him think twice. In the end, he wants that turtle. He reclaims it, but rattled, he makes a grave error. On land, he has leverage on the carcass. In taking the turtle into deeper water, he loses his advantage. Sharks are much faster and more agile. These two top predators rarely meet, let alone do battle. This is an exceptional showdown. In the next few months, crocs, turtles and sharks will go head to head in ways rarely seen before, turning this tranquil island into a battle zone. The crocs still living in their mainland river homes don't need to fight off sharks for scraps of turtle meat. Here, they're top dog. Salties are masters of stealth and ambush. Submerged in the shallows, the croc patiently waits for its unsuspecting prey. These rivers are their ultimate domains. And there's another reason why salties should be staying put right now. The croc breeding season is only months away. The best nest sites will attract the most females. It's now more vital than ever. The boss crocs hang on to their patch. But something has triggered a bizarre shift in their behaviour. A smaller male sneaks through the boss's territory, under the radar. Clearly he's onto something. And he's not the only croc on the move. Unexpectedly, a large male abandons his territory. He controls some of the best nesting sites on the river. He would have the pick of the females. Instead, a very powerful urge pulls him away from home. He's embarking on a tough journey that will take days. And he'll be up against rising tides. But to give up territory, food and females, they must know the journey has an extraordinary payoff. And it's not just boss crocs and young outcast males who are striking out. Females are also leaving home. Incredibly, salties from rivers all along the Cape are on the move. And they appear to be heading towards the coast. The march on Crab Island has begun. Out in the Arafura Sea, 100 kilometres away, more flatback turtles are being drawn to land. But not just any land. Even idyllic-looking islands will be passed by. After a life at sea, each female's internal magnetic compass is directing her back to the only land she's ever known. Crab Island, with no reefs, is ideal for turtles with a delicate layer on their shells. It's where most of these flatbacks were born, and now have no choice but to lay their eggs. Day by day, more crocs turn up, waiting for the big event. But with temperatures soaring and winds blasting over 50 kilometres an hour, this island is a punishing place for visitors, especially for nesting turtles. As afternoon temperatures top 40 degrees, they emerge, first one by one, and then in their dozens. Most other sea turtles would simply cook if they attempted this. It's even too hot for the crocs. The giant reptilians are at the mercy of tiny biting insects. There may be 6 kilometres of beach, but in the search for the perfect nest site, some turtles become disorientated. This female is lost, far in the island's interior. She's completely exhausted. Her life ends on the island where she was born. The Crab Island arena is hotting up. Most females will nest 2 or 3 more times this season. These warm sands are now incubating thousands of nests. Crab Island is the largest and most important flatback nesting site in the world. That's because it's cut off. The only way other predators can reach the island is to cross treacherous water. And the Crocs are about to take it on. The ones moving downriver have now reached the coast. One of the most perilous parts of the journey starts right here, at the mouth of the Jardine River. A male has made a pit stop on the southern side. He's been here for a day, calculating his next move. He won't go back. There's too much at stake. He waits for the ocean currents to shift in his favour, and then strikes out for Crab Island. He's not the only one to mobilise. Others head out, from the Scarden, the Jackson, Crystal Creek, and the Jardine Rivers, and into the ocean. Turtles are returning to Crab Island after 20 years at sea, but the next few hours will be some of the most dangerous of their lives. Nesting season is in full swing, and wave upon wave of turtles will nest, day and night. In the next 24 hours alone, as many as 500 flatbacks will lay their eggs on the island. What happens on Crab Island at night has been a complete mystery until now. Special cameras, able to film in moon and starlight, allow us to see much further into the pitch black than ever before. For the first time, revealing the full drama of Crab Island's darkest hours. The salties, so relaxed on the beach by day, switch to hunt mode. She heaves with all her might, but the Croc's jaws are clamped, steel tight. She could still escape, if he repositions his jaws to get a better grip. But the chance passes. This turtle hunter knows just what to do. He takes her into deeper water to drown her. And it's now the island's extraordinary inner secret begins to unfold. It's been over 3 months since the first major wave of flatbacks nested, and the turtles are launching a comeback. Some of these youngsters burst out of their eggs 2 days ago, but they've been waiting, underground, for all their siblings to hatch. It's all for one, and one for all. This will only work as a great escape. Vegetation, like perimeter wire, is the first obstacle. Spurred on by their brothers and sisters, 30 more hatchlings pour out of the nest. But things wait for them in the dark. Hungry things. A night guard of birds, rufous night herons and black-necked storks are ready to take aim. Storks are like grim reapers, dispatching hatchlings methodically and with ease. But the stork is slow, and while it's engrossed with their siblings, several youngsters make it to freedom. It will simply search and destroy elsewhere. The female turtle is now dead, but only a massively strong Croc can dismember her. Unfortunately, he's being harassed for his prize. Not just by his arch-enemies, but by other Crocs. The others stay close, very close, keeping him under pressure. But by holding his ground, he hangs on to his meal. A salty's death roll is the best way to tear a big turtle limb from limb. But what started as a conflict over food turns into something far more intriguing. A smaller Croc approaches, very warily. And then something very surprising happens. The large male exposes his soft underbelly to the other salty. He must feel totally confident the other Croc won't attack. Could it be a she? Even more astonishing, he lets the other Croc feed on his turtle. It's incredibly rare behaviour. With its head deep in the shell, this Croc can't defend itself. Maybe it knows it's safe. Could this mean the Crab Island Crocs are more than just collections of random individuals? It's possible they are paired up, or even related. The idea of salties in families hasn't been explored before. The Crocs visiting Crab Island could be communicating and socialising with one another in ways we've never imagined. The island is revealing salties in a whole new light. And there are even more surprises to come. Out in the Torres Straits, the full reptilian force is on its way. Long sea journeys are hard going, but they're efficient swimmers. The Crocs surf the currents, harnessing the power of the ocean. Instead of fighting ripping currents, they wait them out. They can rest on the seafloor for over an hour before having to surface to breathe. Their powerful tails help them commute at around 2 kilometres per hour. Bony plates on their backs act as solar panels, keeping them going. Inbuilt Croc GPS keeps them on course. It's the first time Crocs have been tracked from different rivers around the Cape and across the Straits. And now we know they're all converging on one place. Island stage is set. All the major players have arrived. This is the calm before the storm. It's been such a huge effort to get here. The salties must now make their journeys count. A few Crocs have been at sea so long they have barnacles growing on them. Some have covered a staggering 80 kilometres of ocean. But even if they've only spent a day getting here, it's the hours ahead that will really matter. They'll need every last ray of warmth, recharging themselves for what's to come. The last of the light, the Crocs get battle ready. The arena is charged. Under the full moon, the Crocs move into position. An exhausted female turtle tries to return to the safety of the sea. But the Crocs are here for something else. They're here for the hatchlings. This is why they've been prepared to make such long, hard journeys to Crab Island. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Most crocs on the island simply aren't big enough to take on adult turtles. Even for very large crocs, hatchlings are a much easier and safer meal. And there's lots of them. The crocs dominate the shoreline kill zone, but they aren't the only ones with a taste for baby turtles. Two very different but ruthless predators are hunting right on top of each other. They're at boiling point. These ocean giants are still negotiating the Crab Island hunting rights. But the Crocs hold the trump card. They can leave their waterbound enemies behind and hunt right up the beach. Even though it's chilly, the heat they've stored during the day allows them to high walk and hoover up the hatchling energy packs as they go. Salties don't normally jog anywhere. It takes a huge amount of energy. But each croc can eat dozens of hatchlings. This is the payoff. It was thought larger, heavier crocs found it difficult to high walk. But the crocs of Crab Island are obviously not reading the salty rulebook. Once again, crocodiles show just how energy smart they are. As soon as one nest empties, they rest, motionless, primed for the next delivery. Squadrons of crocs have the island surrounded. It's not just what they're hunting on Crab Island that's a complete surprise. It's the way they're doing it. They're not spread out like they are along rivers. They gather in groups, up to 12 strong. The superabundance of food is revealing a much more tolerant side. No one knows whether these salties are related, but they seem comfortable with each other. There may be advantages in a group. More eyes, ears and noses to detect the tiny hatchlings. They may also sweep the beach more efficiently at close quarters. Hunting shoulder to shoulder on land like this is unheard of. The crocs of the Crab Island arena are taking the reign of these reptilians to a whole new level. On such an uneven playing field, the only response is to swamp the opposition. dozens of turtle nests pop at the same time. A race to the ocean in the middle of the night should be the safest time. But not on this island. The crocs show incredible agility for an animal more at home in water. Crocs have good night vision, but in pitch black, they engage all their highly tuned senses. They have a very good sense of smell, and it's likely they pick up the distinctive odour of baby turtles. They may also use their sensitive skins to feel vibrations as hatchlings struggle over the sand. But they're not just skilled executioners. If hatchling numbers tail off, they cruise around the island looking for new action. They're curious animals and zone in when they see other hatchling hunters at work. It's how they'll maximise their success. Crab Island, midnight. The arena goes critical. The predation continues well into the early hours of the morning, on a magnitude never seen before. All over the island, up to 40 crocs in different groups are on the hunt. This spectacle, unique in the world, is no isolated event. The feasting will take place on Crab Island almost every night for weeks, even months to come. By dawn, the overlords can eat no more. Full to the brim, they wait for the first rays of light to warm them so they can digest last night's banquet. It might look as if the crocodiles have wreaked carnage on the turtles, but overwhelming numbers of turtles means they are never losers in this beachhead battle. A tiny female flatback, seemingly against all odds, has made it through the waves of predators. She's made it to the start of her oceanic life. She and the other hatchlings swim like crazy for 24 hours, fleeing sharks and other enemies of the seas. Maybe only 1 in 600 hatchlings will make it to adulthood, but that's enough. If she survives, she'll return in a few decades to nest and once again run the gauntlet of the crocodiles of the Crab Island arena. With the turtle nesting season winding down, the crocs respond to a new urge. Many return to their mainland river homes to start a family. This could be the reason they've honed in on this extraordinary annual food fest. It boosts their energy levels, which leads to healthier babies. What may have started as an opportunistic find is now a firm date on the Croc calendar. The events on Crab Island reveal just how adaptable crocodiles are. They can make the most of any food, anywhere. Most surprisingly of all, they can get along with each other when and if they need to. And this is what makes them truly great reptilians. The more we find out about these rulers of the reptile world, the more we realise how little we know. On and off the battleground, Salties keep surprising us.